Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven, a mental health enthusiast, and today we have a little bit of a different video for you. We're gonna be talking all about my pregnancy. Also, my 3-year-old daughter is like running amok and playing and making all kinds of beautiful noise, so that's what that is. So I will be showing you my baby bump at the end of the video, so please stick around, hang out with me for a little bit so you can see that. I'm really excited about showing my baby bump because I've never did it before. I didn't do it with my daughter, and so I thought, you know what, I really want to do it this time around. I think it'd be a really great keepsake, and I think it'd be really fun to have and be able to look back on my big old belly. Okay, so let's get started. So today I am 36 weeks and 6 days pregnant. So tomorrow I'll be 37 weeks pregnant, okay? I have a scheduled C-section on February 14th, 2020. That's Valentine's Day. My little love bug. Ooh, my little love bug. On the date of the scheduled C-section, I'll be 39 weeks exactly. That means that today I am exactly 15 days away from my scheduled C-section. Okay, so today I had my 37-week appointment and everything looks good. My doctor actually wasn't there, but I still was able to get a sonogram, and in that sonogram, baby looks healthy. I definitely could tell that he gained some weight. He was so cute. He's definitely getting chubbier, which I absolutely adore. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hold him, guys. He's so cute. He was measuring or weighing in at about 6 pounds and 8 ounces, which is exactly what her birth weight was. My daughter's birth weight was 6 pounds and 8 ounces, and he's measuring 6 pounds and 8 ounces at about 37 weeks gestation, which is really awesome. What else? Just want to spit out some quick facts for you guys about this pregnancy. So this is my second pregnancy, and of course I have my 3-year-old daughter, and her birthday is actually on February 16th, 2017. So her birthday is February 16th, and my son's birthday will be February 14th. So 14th and 16th. So they're like, I wouldn't call them Irish twins, but I still call them like my twins, right? So yeah, those are just some quick facts about me, or those are just some quick facts about this pregnancy. Now, what I want to do next is I kind of want to go in and just reflect on the pregnancy from the first trimester all the way till now. Okay, so I'll break it up into trimesters. So I'll talk about my symptoms from the first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. Okay, so let's get into it. Also, you guys know I am a mental health enthusiast, so we are definitely going to talk about mental health and what my mental health has been like throughout the entire pregnancy, okay? So please stick around and stay tuned for that. Let's start with the first trimester. Ladies, you know, the first trimester is rough. I literally just wrote rough, exclamation point. It was rough, man, and it was rough with my daughter, and it's no different the second time around. It was hard. There was nausea, there was vomiting, there was more nausea, and there was more vomiting. There was so much nausea and vomiting to the point where I got really dehydrated, because the only thing I could keep down was what was I drinking? The only thing I can keep down was, I think I was drinking root beers, dark soda, which is like a no-no for me, because it dehydrates me so badly. So you can imagine drinking like dark soda coupled with throwing up. It was not a good look. So I actually had to be hospitalized in order to rehydrate my body. So that was that. I also had absolutely no appetite. Of course, if you're nauseous and you're vomiting, you don't have an appetite. So that kind of goes hand in hand. But the no appetite thing actually continued throughout my entire pregnancy, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. In the first trimester, I also had positional vertigo, where I would just get really dizzy if I would move my head. Lots of dizziness, weakness, exhaustion, so tired. Kind of the stereotypical symptoms of first trimester, right? So moving on to the second trimester. In the second trimester, my symptoms did improve quite a bit, which is nice. But for me, I don't start to feel better until like halfway through the second trimester. And it was the same way with my first pregnancy as well. So about halfway through the second trimester, I started to feel a little bit better. However, my insomnia really started here in the second trimester. I just could not sleep. It's like my sleep schedule got really messed up. So like I would stay up all night into the morning hours and I like wouldn't go to sleep until like 6 a.m., which is crazy because I have to get up and take care of my baby girl, right? So insomnia started here, and I'll tell you now, it hasn't stopped. I still have insomnia really badly. Again, no appetite. So we're in the second trimester now. My nausea and my vomiting stopped or subsided really, and I still have no appetite. Like literally, I just wouldn't be hungry. I never felt like hungry, you know, hunger. I never felt hunger. I just remember that I had to literally force myself to eat something because that's what humans do, right? So that was a thing. And the last thing that I have written down for the second trimester is that I had terrible hormonal acne. You guys, I have the worst acne ever. Well, not ever, but I had horrible acne in the second trimester. It was so bad. I'll even show you. It left so much scarring. Let me see if you guys can see. I'm gonna look into that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it was like all here, all on that chin strap, you know, where you get like hormonal acne, and then all under my neck. It was so bad. They were red, painful, inflamed, the whole thing. So that started like in the second trimester, and that lasted for quite a while. So moving on to the third trimester. Now, in the third trimester, all of my symptoms returned. So I was nauseous again. I was vomiting randomly again, which was crazy. Dizziness came back, weakness came back, exhaustion came back. Let me back up just really quickly because I want to add in that in the second trimester, I got really bad pelvic pressure and I really started to waddle. So if you've seen me out or if you see me like in real life, I waddle so badly. I'm essentially walking from side to side. Oh my God. And that started in the second trimester, which is crazy because my stomach wasn't even that big. But lots and lots of pelvic pressure and pain down there. Okay, back to the third trimester. My appetite was still non-existent, but I will say it finally came back at around 35 weeks. At around 35 weeks, that's when I was like, okay, I really feel like I'm hungry. Like that's when I was like, okay, I'm pregnant, I'm hungry. And finally, that's when I started to like actually feel hunger and actually really want to eat. 35 weeks, that's like late. Braxton Hicks contractions. My Braxton Hicks contractions have completely began and completely kicked into full gear. You guys, they hurt me. I was reading somewhere that Braxton Hicks contractions are not painful. I know you lying. Yes, they are. They're so painful. Mine hurt. Like sometimes they'll like, oh, knock the wind out of me. They hurt. And they're the worst at night. Okay, they're the worst at night. Along with that pelvic pressure, that pelvic pressure and pain down there that really started in the second trimester, that continued into the third trimester, as you can imagine, and it got worse. And along with that came the back pain. And my back pain is not just in my lower back, it's like from top to bottom. I can't even like sit up. Like sitting like this, I know that I'm gonna be in a little bit of pain when I get up. I get a lot of cramping, lots of period-like cramping that sort of like radiates, you know, from like my lower, maybe mid to lower back, all the way down my thighs, all the way down my calves, all the way down to my heels. Like sometimes it's just, ooh, crampy. So leg cramps, I get leg cramps too. And I think the period-like cramping, I mean, would those be considered Braxton Hicks? I don't even know, but I get that cramping too. Also, it's important to note that my skin finally cleared up in the 3rd trimester. So like now my skin is clear. I just have like the scarring left over, but I finally feel like I have that glow. I don't know. I think I do. I hope I do. What else? Oh, so at around 36 weeks, remember I'm 36 plus 6 now. At around 36 weeks, I really started to get these bouts of diarrhea. Now, I have Crohn's disease. So this feels very reminiscent of just like the norm for me when I'm not pregnant. But I didn't have it. I didn't have diarrhea really throughout my pregnancy. And now it's like, it's pretty bad. It's kind of TMI, but it's pretty bad. Okay guys, I just really quickly wanted to mention that in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy, I started to leak colostrum, or, you know, the early breast milk, which is really crazy because I didn't do that with my first pregnancy. But I started to leak. Actually, I leaked today. I leaked this morning, which is crazy, but exciting because it's like, wow, I can do amazing things. Anyway, I just wanted to add that in there. I think that's it. Yeah, so those are like my major symptoms that I had in my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd trimester. Now, let's talk a little bit about my mental health. So what was my mental health like throughout this pregnancy? So I have depression and I have anxiety, right? I also have panic disorder. But anyway, I will tell you that my depression was really, really difficult to control throughout this entire pregnancy. Of course, in the beginning, it is advised that you go off of your antidepressants. So if you don't know, I don't think I've said it before on my channel yet. I'm not sure if I've said it, but I take medication for my depression. That is the only way that I can control it. I have really bad depression when I'm off my medication. Full disclosure, so much so that I even have suicidal thoughts and ideations. So my depression was really difficult to control in the beginning because I was not on my medication. And by the way, I take Prozac or fluoxetine.
Daddy's.
Kiss. Kiss.
Daddy's.
I love you.
I do.
So again, my depression was really, really difficult to control in that 1st trimester when it's not very safe for baby. It's not very safe to take antidepressants, or at least it's not safe to take my antidepressant. It's not safe to take Prozac during the 1st trimester. It was really difficult for me to keep a good grip on reality during that time, which sounds crazy, right? But I guess what I mean was I was having such a difficult time reasoning, and you know how it is. If you know, you know. Depression doesn't fight fair. So it was really rough for me in that 1st trimester mentally. However, I will say as soon as I was able to start taking my antidepressants again, which I believe was in the 2nd trimester, I felt so much better. I felt like myself again. I felt like an actual person again, which is amazing. So we're doing good. And yes, I am still taking my antidepressants now because now it's safe for a baby. And I did take them with my daughter as well, in case you're wondering. Also, it is important to note that my anxiety was difficult to control as well. Now, For me, my depression is the most crippling for me, but I definitely did notice that, or I notice all the time that when my depression worsens, so does my anxiety. And my anxiety has improved over time throughout the pregnancy, probably as, you know, my antidepressants really have gotten into my system and stuff like that. I hope that makes sense, okay? So that's just a little bit about my mental health and sort of what it's been like throughout my pregnancy. I feel like that was super brief. If you're interested in a more in-depth video about my mental health throughout my pregnancy, or if you want me to be more specific about some of the symptoms that I experienced when I wasn't on my antidepressants during pregnancy, let me know if you want to see something like that. Okay, so I think the time has come for me to show you my baby bump. We'll call it my 37-week baby bump. But before I do that, I just wanted to quickly mention that I have gained 9 pounds total in my pregnancy. So at 37 weeks, which I'll be tomorrow, at 37 weeks, I've gained a total of 9 pounds. It's important to note that I started out my pregnancy overweight. And so I'm sure that has something to do with it. This time around, I never really lost my baby weight with my daughter. And so I started off this pregnancy considerably overweight, you know, and that probably has something to do with only gaining 9 pounds the entire pregnancy, because with my daughter, I gained 65 pounds. So 65 pounds my first pregnancy and 9 pounds so far with this second pregnancy, okay? So let's get into my baby bump. Okay, you guys, I hope you can see me okay. I know the lighting's not that great, but we're just gonna go with it. Hi, I'm down here. I'm gonna be cut off. My head's gonna be cut off, but you're gonna be able to see my bump, okay? So here we go. Whoa, look at that. Okay. So here's the right side. I pray you guys can see well. Can you see well? Just from the front. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry, y'all. Look at him. Look how pretty. When he's old, he's gonna be like, really, Mom, pretty? Oh. I'm having a baby boy, by the way, you guys, if you didn't get that already. On the left side. And just a quick reminder, tomorrow I will be 37 weeks pregnant. Some consider that full term. I guess it all depends. I know they changed it to 39 weeks. But this is my baby bump. Yay, this is my nai-nai. Now I'm gonna take a couple of snapshots of my bump for not only the thumbnail, but for me too. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I don't know what I'm gonna title this yet, but it's our countdown to Sinai, 15 days to go. Okay? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.